Welcome back. It is Thursday, April 6th in the NBA. My two favorite picks are on the way. Let's recap yesterday. But first, we have a special guest. I think you know what it is. It's the Brooms, a 4-0 sweep. We'll take it. Let's talk about it, though. Pascal Siakam crushes his PRA line. As promised, I would add two plays. They both smacked. Emmanuel Quickley's over an assist, hit in the first half. Jalen Duren's over in PRAs, hit easily in the fourth quarter. Now, the fourth winner of the day, which was the last game on the slate, can be up for debate. Kawhi Leonard's over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. Now, I know the line went up to 11.5 and a lot of people lost because he ended on 11 on the dot. I did say to play 11.5 at only half a unit if it did go up there, but it puts me at a tricky spot because I see the comments. I like to read a lot of them. A lot of people are saying I got to count it as a loss towards my record, but the tricky part is 10.5 is what I bet. That's what I gave out to the All-Stars. The problem is the All-Stars and everyone out there is going to move lines. It happens every single day. The lines that I give out in a few minutes move. So there are realistic possibility people that maybe take it at tip-off or probably have a much worse line than what they're taking it, when I record and post for the All-Stars. So maybe next season we're going to track not only what I gave out in the videos, but maybe I'll start to track what happens if maybe you bet right like 10 minutes before tip-off. See exactly who's profitable, who makes the exact amount of units and things like that. But it puts me in a tricky spot because I'm betting these plays and I'm winning, but some people are losing. It's just as tough to do. I think you understand that. But either way, if you are new, we've got two more plays for you. I don't necessarily know if I'll add a play today, but we'll talk about a couple things at the end of the video that I might add. Let's dive into our favorite plays, though. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like too, comment your favorite picks. You guys are great. Let's have a great day. The first one is going to be the guy in the thumbnail. I'm sure you've heard of this guy, James Harden of the Philadelphia 76ers. I like his over 19.5 points, minus 115 on PointsBet. Now, like I said, you could take this at 20.5. Hopefully it doesn't come down to where he lands on 20. If you're on like a FanDuel that maybe boost the line immediately after I post videos or after I post to the All-Stars, you can take it at 20 plus points and maybe add on something safe, maybe like 6 plus assists for Harden. That's probably very juiced, but probably gets down that juice a little bit. But let's talk about Harden because we know what he's capable of. We obviously saw his Houston Rockets days where he was dropping 36 per game every single night. We know he can go out there and drop 30 points any given night. This is James Harden. He's still very talented. Now, the Sixers will play tomorrow. I bet money that Harden does not play tomorrow. I believe this is their last home game of the season. So I think Harden plays tonight, rests tomorrow. There's a world that by the time we're watching this, Embiid might be out. That is always a reasonable thing to say. Embiid could maybe not play today. Maybe he plays tomorrow. Maybe they're splitting their kind of minutes. But I think this is the game where the Sixers try to get James Harden going. We saw Joel Embiid drop 52 points last game. Today they need James Harden to get going because they are not going anywhere in the playoffs. Well, they might make it past one round, but they're not making it to the NBA championship and winning the finals unless James Harden's playing well. And we saw Harden at least hit this over last game. 20 points, 7 for 17 from the field against the Celtics. A very low-scoring game in that one, and that was the game Joel Embiid dropped 52. Now, like I said, Embiid looks in rhythm. He's been in rhythm more or less the whole season long, but Harden going out there just doesn't really look in rhythm. Very up-and-down nature of his game recently, and they can't have him being all over the place in the playoffs. The last game, 7 for 17. The field goal attempts were there. If you told me James Harden shot 17 times tonight, we'd probably make this the best bet of the day. The problem is I can't guarantee that any given night, but 41% from the field below his averages, and we've seen since his return from injury. He's been up and down. Scored 15, 23, 11, and then 20 points. So he's been up and down, and you might say, well, now should be a down game, but I think he has to step up here. The field goal attempts are there. 14 field goal attempts or more in the last 3 of the last 4. And today's matchup against the Heat is one that's a tough defensive matchup. So I think this is a game that they need to test Harden out there. Say, Harden, we need you to be aggressive. And we've seen Harden aggressive in his last 2 versus the Heat. He scored 20 and 23 points going over in both of those games, despite shooting 6 for 15, 40%, and 5 for 14, 35% from the field. So we saw him shoot below his 45% average, yet he still hit the over in both of his last 2 against Miami. So the Heat are great defense, but maybe if Harden has a good shooting night, should hit this with ease. But still, we look at Tyrese Maxey, questionable for this game, but I think he'll probably play. If he doesn't, that's great for us. More field goal attempts out there. D'Anthony Melton, also questionable. We've seen Harden, if he can get the field goal attempts, 12 plus to be exact, over this line in 19 of his last 25, with at least 12 or more shot attempts. We know this Heat team is a pretty good defensive team in terms of trying to stop Joel Embiid, making someone else beat them. They're not going to double Harden. They might double Embiid. So I think Harden will get his chances, should get his opportunities, and I think Harden's got a good chance to at least get us 20 points today. We know he's very talented. He's always hit or miss. Sure, he can go out there and give us like 13 points. He can absolutely lay an egg, and if he does lay an egg, we'll save it for Easter. Hey, that's on Sunday. Either way, I think he's stepped up here. I think he has a big night. We'll take James Harden's over in points at 19.5. If he doesn't hit here, we'll probably wait till the postseason to take any more of his props. Now, my second play of the day will probably be a player that a lot of you guys have never heard of, but I'm asking you guys to trust me and hope that he treats us nicely. And his name is Ochai Agbaji. Now, I probably butchered his name. I tried to look up. That was how he said it in an interview at Kansas. Ochai Agbaji, and he plays for the Utah Jazz. Today, I like his over 15.5 points, currently minus 105 on DraftKings. Now, you can take this at 16.5. Sometimes these lines are sharp, as we have seen. And if you had like FanDuel or DraftKings, I don't mind a pivot to like 15 plus points and maybe 2 plus threes for Agbaji. I don't see him scoring 15 plus unless he's at least hitting 2 threes, because that's what he does. Now, the rookies recently have treated us nicely. Now, Jazz aren't making the playoffs. That's not going to happen. But maybe Mr. Agbaji is trying to go end his rookie season strong and try to get some momentum going into the offseason for his sophomore campaign next year. And we've seen Agbaji, who was the 14th overall pick in the most recent 2022 draft. And due to injuries, we've seen guys have to step up for this Utah Jazz team. Most notably, Agbaji, Taylor Horton-Tucker, and guys like that. Now, over the last 3 games, we've seen Agbaji play pretty well. He scored 12, 19, and 22 points on 12, 13, and 15 field goal attempts. So the shot attempts are there. The Markkanen, Clarkson, now Sexton also going to be out of this game. The volume should be there. There's not a lot of high usage guys on this Jazz team. Kelly Olynyk's probably going to go into that center position, but he's not a high usage guy. Taylor Horton-Tucker, honestly, is the only high usage guy, but if Lou Dort plays, he's going to be the guy guarded by Lou Dort. And Jalen Williams, maybe if Lou Dort doesn't play, Jalen Williams will go out there and guard a guy like THT. So I think we'll see Agbaji, who probably guards SGA on the other side, get his opportunities against SGA on the offensive side. And look, Agbaji is a good three-point shooter, shooting 38% from the three-point line this season. I expect him to have a good amount of attempts tonight. I liked his over 2.5 threes if you want a different type of pivot. And over the last 10 games, the Thunder, giving up the 7th most threes per game, the 6th highest three-point percentage. So Agbaji should get his shot attempts on the three-point line, should be able to do his thing. Now, let's look at how Agbaji has played against the OKC Thunder this season. He's played against them 3 times. Here's how he's done. Once was on February 23rd, a little over a month ago. He had 12 points, played 22 minutes, went 4 for 11. The other game was on March 3rd, about a month ago, 8 points, 28 minutes, 3 for 11. And then right after that, on March 5th, 14 points, 31 minutes, 4 for 10. So you look at that, 1 under in all 3. It is worth noting, shot a combined 6 for 23 from the three-point line. That's 26%. And look, you had it in that game. You had Clarkson played in 2 of those 3. Markkanen played in 2 of those 3. That 1 of 2 of those games, both of those guys played. So the usage, still getting 11, 10, 11 field goal attempts, despite all those guys playing. Now they aren't playing. I think we'll see him step up, and he didn't even shoot well. So if we can see Agbaji shoot decently today, I think he's going to have 12 field goal attempts at least. He's already done 12 plus in the last 3 games. Some more guys are even out now. There's a realistic possibility Agbaji could shoot 15 to 20 times today. He shot 15 times today. I wouldn't be surprised. He just did that in their last game. And we've seen Agbaji. He shot 12 or more times in 6 games this season, most of them recently. In those games, he scored 12, 17, 19, 20, 22, and 27 points. Now, look, 20 of the last 25 guards with at least 12 field goal attempts against the Thunder have scored at least 16 points. Last game, we saw OKC get smoked 30-plus points for not only Stephen Curry, also Jordan Poole. Now, I'm not saying Agbaji is the second coming of Stephen Curry. Probably not what his game, or Jordan Poole, that is. But 16 points is certainly possible for a guy that I anticipate to shoot at least 12 times today. It could be a blowout here. The Thunder could smoke the Jazz, but the Jazz are still at home. They've played well there. They play hard in front of their home crowd. The head coach likes Agbaji. He's a good defender. As long as he can stay out of foul trouble, get his shot attempts with a lot of low usage guys out there on the Utah Jazz, I think Agbaji's got a good chance to get a 16 points. So I'll take it. Ochai Agbaji over 15.5 points. That's where we're at in the NBA season, but I like it. That's our second play of the day. Now, let's talk about the other games. I don't really know if we'll add a play, but I'll talk about what I could potentially add right now, as someone asked for that in the comments, so I'll give you what you asked for. Now, if you want me to add a Spurs and Blazers pick, no, you got the wrong channel. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not touching that tank bolt. No. I will not do it. They probably won't play any defense, but I have no idea who's playing on either of those 2 teams. I'd rather just save my money and not touch that. Now, for the Cavaliers and Magic game, the Cavaliers said, yes, we're locked in on this 4 seed. We're going to bench Karis LeVert, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell, everyone else. So they're benching a lot of guys. Maybe some opportunities going to open up there, some high usage for some guys that are off the bench. So maybe look at a guy like Chetty Osman. Maybe we look at his props, or maybe someone else that maybe I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head. Those guys will have their opportunities against the Magic, and they should play a lot of minutes, given that The Cavs are probably running like an 8-man rotation tonight. And then another one I did look at, Nuggets and Suns. We have no lines for them right now, but maybe a bankroll builder could be in play here. Maybe I think Nikola Jokic probably plays tonight. I mean, the Nuggets just got smoked by the Rockets. You don't really want to go into the postseason saying, no, our last game we got smoked by the Rockets. So I think you'll see Jokic play, but I don't really know if we'll add a bankroll builder. I'd like to add the plays with a lot of time for people to at least lock them in, but we might not know who's playing in that game until pretty late. So the odds of having an added play, not as great as it was the past 2 days. It's probably about a 50-50 shot depending on the lines we get. But as always, if we do add a play, it's in the pinned comment section down below. You can check it out. I'll also tweet it out on our Twitter at CallInOurShot. Make sure you turn on your notifications there so you do not miss out on those. But my 2 plays of the day right now, James Harden's over 19.5 points and Ochai Agbaji over 15.5 points. An interesting slate, 2 plays. Hopefully 2 winners. Let's keep this bad boy going. Let's bring out this broom again, and I'll see you guys back again tomorrow for the same plays. If you want to check out our MLB parlay of the day, it's on the screen. If you want to check out our MLB favorite plays of the day, on the screen as well. And I don't know what else, but I will see you guys at our live stream. If you want to tune into that, it's at 2 p.m. to support our No Run first inning. It's going to be electric. We're going to have a great day. See you guys back again tomorrow or Friday. We only have a couple more days in the NBA. It's regular season. We'll still do playoff picks. Come on. Let's have a great day. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.